Look how much World at War was hated for the tanks. Just because, all these people that were in love with Call of Duty 4 just hated having to deal with tanks on certain maps.
And they were
No
so
one
easy to
wanted.
get rid of.
I know. I mean, C4, that's where C4 throwing sort of started for the majority of people because everybody was on Call of Duty for the most part. And it was easy. And, people still complained about it because they were never willing to take the objective to go and take out the tanks because you'd have one person would be like, hey, I'm good at using a tank, or it's a cheap way to get kills, whatever their reason for it was. The other team, nobody would grab a tank, and then the other team would steal all the tanks. Now they'd have like 2 or 3 tanks and taking out the other team. It was like, well, why would you do that? You have to have your best tank person or somebody who thinks they're good at the tank at least try to take out the other one and make it weak so it's balanced. And that's where team play comes in, Battlefield and Homefront with the large number of players and whatnot. It sort of stinks not having the smaller teams. That's why I like squad deathmatch, because you could, have a group of 4 people and dominate a lot easier than in Conquest or Rush, especially for consoles, because again, I'm mostly a console player. But the people that complain, I don't like that excuse at all. When you have the option, when you can go and become better by trying and you realizing your mistakes, you have no room to complain.
I think vehicles are the easiest things to take out in almost any game. Like, to me, it's never been an issue. Like, I've played Homefront where I've spawned in a tank and got taken out like within 10 seconds. And it's because the other team knew, like, all right, well, let's get our rockets ready. This guy's in a tank. But I've also played in games where there's one guy who's been in a tank and has like 40 kills. And it's like, wow, is that the same guy still in the same tank?
Yeah.
Because nobody tries at all to take out the tank. It's like nobody wants to spawn with a rocket. Nobody wants to do anything but what they're used to. And I think that's just yeah.
The only way he could go in, repair his tank is if he's on that kill streak that gives him more health back. So, I mean, I don't know. Homefront was great in the sense that the only 2 things that really hampered it was the servers not crapping out all the time, and the fact that you couldn't play with more people, people that you knew would try. And everything else was actually going in the right direction. They made a lot of improvements off of the Medal of Honor. All the good, balanced things of all the games, they made improvements on. And those were the 2 things that killed it overall.
Yeah, I think it's just harder for team-oriented games to succeed nowadays. So I'm hoping that Battlefield 3, when it comes out, could kind of break the mold and get people into that mindset of playing together, because those games are meant to be played like that, and they're just a lot more enjoyable and gratifying when, especially those games where like you're down a lot and like let's say you'll take a Jeep or something and like go to the back flag and capture that and then work your way back into the game and stuff like that. And I have the most fun playing games like that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I played Battlefield 2 Modern Combat on console, and to me that was the most fun game I've ever played, even to this date, that I've ever played online, period. Like, hands down. Like, nothing ever compared to it. As fun as Call of Duty has been and Homefront has been, all these other games has been, that game to me is the game that was always top dog and was always the best. And it was because it was like that. Like, I used to play that game a lot with fisticuffs, and like there'd be times where we'd be getting they'll have like 3 flags, we only got 1, and me and him would like go by ourselves, take the Jeep, flank them, go around, grab the 2 flags, capture. Yeah. Well, we used to play Deadly Pass a lot. I don't know if you guys played, but Deadly Pass was like the map.
That was my first starting game.
So we played Deadly Pass a lot, and like we'll go around and take flag 6, and then go around while they're trying to take 6 back. We'll take flag 5, and then go inside and take flag 3, and it was like it feels good to be able to like have choices to do stuff like that, and not just like, that's why I don't like dominate. Like, some people say, oh well, how can you like Homefront and not like domination in Call of Duty? But there's never really a fight for anything in that game, because it's ABC. One team's always on A, one team's always on C. So you're really just going for one middle flag, and that's really no fun. You can't flank one flag that's in the middle, So
not given the size of the maps anyway. Like, it's competitive domination, while impressive to me, is kind of boring to watch, right? Because it's like, all right, let's get set up and you know, we're gonna camp this flag out, especially if one team actually caps the middle flag and holds it, right? Like just because you know, there's just not enough room for the game to really develop. You know, it's anyway. So what I'm going to do, guys, is because we seem to be gelling and really having a good conversation here, but we're going to go on till 2:30 in the morning. So I'm going to move this on along and ask NASA the next question on the list that I think we haven't really kind of covered, at least indirectly. So you got a beef going on with Woody? What's up? And you can say no comment too, but
no, that's fine. You know what it is? It's like, I don't know about you guys, but when I hang out with my friends and stuff, we joke on each other constantly. You know what I mean? No matter what. And we all know it's lighthearted, you know what I mean? But it's just still funny. Like, even if it's something that's funny that's not right, you'll still joke on them. You know what I mean? Just because it's funny. You know, that's the kind of mentality I have. And if I was in that, you know, in that position where, like, I was real popular on YouTube, I would expect people to be like joking on me and taking jabs at me and stuff like that, and I wouldn't mind it, and I'd probably like throw jabs at them right back. But that's just the type of person I am. That's how I grew up. That's how I've been raised. I don't get hurt by words and people talking. So, you know, of course, if I say like, oh man, this guy's camping, you know, the first person everybody's gonna talk about is probably like Wings of Redemption or something like that. But that's just because that's the guy who everybody knows. If I say, oh man, you know, this random guy I was playing with was camping, it's like nobody could relate to that. They're just like, ah, whatever. But, you know, those are the people who everybody knows. So a lot of times I joke on stuff that's going on in the community and stuff like that. And I reference all these bigger people because that's who everybody knows. And it seems like people just get so uptight about it and so upset. And I just don't understand it. You know, to me, like I said, if you get to that point, you should expect it, you know, and not take it so serious, because who else are people going to talk about? You know, like, look at, like, even like celebrities and stuff like that. Everybody's always talking about Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Nobody's ever talking about like the seventh guy off the bench on a team. You know, that's just the way life works. So, you know, I don't have problems with these people. I like joking and stuff like that because, you know, me, my whole thing is I'm a rusher and stuff like that. I don't camp and everything. So the people who camp and stuff, I usually, you know, joke about and stuff like that. But at the same time, if somebody like Wings or somebody who plays defensive was to joke on me and say, oh, well, Nass is an idiot, he rushes, look at him, he dies all the time, I'm not going to go and be like, oh, my God, don't say that about me. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, all right, whatever, that's cool. But some people get really, like, real caught up, and then the subs come in.
Very defensive. It's
and then the subs will be like, whoa, F you, what the F, who do you think you are?
And then your
suck.
army of 14-year-old followers go
it's like, you suck and you're the worst ever. And I even told Woody, I tweeted after that, I was like, listen, you know, I don't have a problem with Woody. You know, he probably might take it offensive and think like I have a problem with him. But it's all, to me, it's all, I do everything with a smile on my face. You know, I could be like, oh, this guy sucks or whatever. And I'm laughing, though, in my keyboard, you know, typing it. But people seem to read it real serious. Like, if I'm there, like, man, you suck. You know what I mean? But that's not how I'm saying it, you know? I just try to make it fun and interesting. And a lot of people just take it, like, really serious. And it's unbelievable sometimes how, like, people, like, their YouTube identity is so sacred to them. And they really get real serious about it. And I don't know. So, but, you know, I don't have any problems with him. I'm fine. I mean, I've been in a tournament, what he did. I've been on PKA. I know Wings. I talk to Wings every now and then. Like, I know all those guys. I'm fine with them. You know, I even joke at Fist sometimes. People sometimes will tweet me stuff about Fist, and I'll retweet it just because I think it's funny. But he's not going to be like, yo, NASA, we cool. What are you doing? You know, because he just knows I'm joking. You know, to me, it's just funny. And so, you know, it's no big deal. I'm cool with everybody. Some people might have a certain way of thinking about it or have an opinion about me, but that's just the way I am. I'm somebody who likes to joke around, and if you can't take a joke, I think, to me, you just need to lighten up. You know, it's YouTube. Everybody has their own stuff going on in their real life, but this is, to me, is where you take a break from real life and just have fun. You know, joke around, crack jokes on people. That's how I have fun. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm with you.
And if you're if you're in the public eye, you should probably be able to take some criticism and, you know, even lighthearted and not sick people on.
That's the thing. Yeah, like, it's, you know, I say this kind of tongue in cheek, but when you look at the demographics on Call of Duty channels, they do tend to be a little bit younger. Although, with having been on Next Gen Tactics and stuff like that, I think my 13 to 17-year-old demographic has now outgrown the older age groups. It actually used to be dominantly mid-20s to mid-30s. But you know what? I'll have conversations with subscribers, and I'll find out later that they're like 15 years old or something, and it doesn't matter, right? You're as mature as you are. And I think that, it all comes down to how you approach your channel and how you talk to your subscribers and stuff like that. And people need to just not quite be so damn serious about it. And I realize that channels with the 300,000 and 400,000 subscribers, that's serious business. But you're in the public eye. You've YouTube money. You've opted to put yourself out there in order to make a buck. So, if people want to clown on you and give you grief, then fuck it, take it. Take it like a man, as opposed to, having these brutal insecurities about every time somebody says something negative about you, whether they're serious or not. Someone like a Woody should be able to, take it if somebody dead serious comes at them, and just let it go. It's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. But I appreciate a good sense of humor. So, if there's very few things that'll get me worked up over YouTube. If people accuse me of, stealing content and that sort of thing, then usually I'll call that out. But, if you want to tell me I suck, then usually, if you tell me 2 ways in which I suck, I will usually come back and correct you and say that you missed these other 3 ways that I suck. It's not a big deal. And somebody just asked in the chat, what are we measuring? Penis size? Yes. Penis size is very important.
I lose.
The number of subscribers you have is directly proportional to your penis size. So, I think, NASA's got the biggest one here. It's funny, actually. My wife noticed the other day that I had quite a few Twitter followers. And she follows some, workout shows and stuff like that. And somebody that she's a fan of, she realized... She's like, you have more Twitter followers than that guy. I said, I know. Isn't that cool? And her response to me was, yes, honey, it's very difficult to live in your shadow like this. And patted me on the head, right? So just in real life, sarcasm. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God, yeah. So it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, a lot of people, I think a lot of people really, they don't have much outside of YouTube, so they really focus on their YouTube, probably a lot more than they probably should. But me now, especially, I just had not me, my girl, we just had a daughter and everything, so I kind of stepped away from being so serious. I mean, when I first started, people would leave comments, I'll probably get upset and everything, and I'll do arguing back and forth with them in the comments. But now, people joke on me, call me the Dikembe Mutombo of YouTube and stuff like that, because I block everybody, and it's just, that's how I do it, because
that's awesome.
I don't deal with YouTube stuff. I don't get on YouTube to argue and debate and stuff like that. I get on YouTube to have fun. So if somebody's gonna try to start this whole thing with me, I just block them, because when I first made a channel, I didn't say oh, I'm gonna be on YouTube so I could debate with people and have these arguments and stuff like that. It was just, I'm gonna post videos, have a good time, have fun. So I block a lot of people. Some people could be I block a lot of people, let's just put it like that. But that's just because that's not what I'm here for. I'm just trying to have fun and have a good time. And some people don't look at it like that. They look at YouTube as if what anybody says about them is oh, how dare you, don't say that about me. And then I see people arguing in the comments. Then I see subscribers arguing with each other in the comments. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? I can't believe some people, I've never gone to somebody else's video and left a comment oh man, this was the worst video I ever watched. And sometimes I read comments even on my videos, and I'm like, I try to imagine the person who's writing that down, and there's people who's left 4 or 5 paragraph comments on my videos, and I'm, hating and stuff, and I'm like, what kind of person is doing this? Because I can't picture myself ever sitting down and doing that. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I get on YouTube for.
Is that guy from Simpsons. You know, worst video ever.
Yeah, there's two people that, like, when you get into keyboard commandos arguing over stuff, there's two people I picture. The comic store guy from Simpsons with the ponytail, and the other one, I don't know if you've ever seen the South Park episode of World of Warcraft. Oh. But the old guy sitting at his computer with his friggin' cartoon thing.
Just different cartoon drawing.
Different cartoon. Yeah, I think of those two guys and I just laugh.
It's crazy. Sometimes I block people just from arguing in the comments because I hate, like, sometimes I want like legit feedback on my videos, and when people, like, I see people arguing, like they take it way, and it's not even nothing to do with the video anymore, and I just be like, oh man, let me just block these guys, just because, you know, I appreciate getting, like, real feedback. When I post videos, you know I don't respond to a lot of people. I tell them always contact me on Twitter, but I do read the comments to get feedback, you know, and I don't want, like, if you leave a comment like penis, you know, I'm not getting any feedback from that. You know, if I made a video, you know, you saying penis does not help me at all for my next video or just my channel growing in general. So, you know, that's not what I want to hear.
Because under the terms of service, you can't put a penis in the video. So, you know, work with me here, people.
Yeah. So, you know, I just want, you know, I want to grow as, you know, as a channel and do what I got to do. But at the same time, I just have fun with it. I'm not worried about views or money or anything. I just want to have a good time. I want people to focus on having a good time and not be focused on, like, trying to be comedians in the comments and stuff like that. You know, if you want to have fun like that, you know, do that on somebody else's videos. But, you know, at least if you're going to joke, make it relevant to something that was going on in the video or something.
Make it funny. Come on. Entertain me. If you're going to be a joker on my video, then, you know, try and crack me up. I'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
But just being a jackass, then, you know, for the sake of being a jackass, that's
exactly.
Not really entertaining.
Yeah. So keeping into kind of serious business, Alex, do you want to kind of talk about the fourth point there about respawn and that? And kind of know what's more going about that, and we'll see what NASA has to say.
All right, so you know about this whole promotion deal that, you know, we were invited into and stuff, and the drama that's been going on with that. You know, what would you say is your opinion on it? And again, you could say no comment because, you know, I'm willing to say what I have to. I'm sort of for it in a way. I'm understandable in this situation, but what's your opinion with the whole promotion program that's been put out to the Machinima Respawn network?
Oh, me?
Yes, you, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for somebody else to answer. Personally, I didn't opt for that because, you know, I like to, if I like stuff that somebody's doing on YouTube, I want to genuinely people to actually know, like, yeah, I like this guy, or I like this stuff that's going on, because, you know, I like to support people, but that's the thing. I want it to really be genuine support. I don't like to just support people just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Like, even like everybody who's like in my sub box and people who I deal with, they're all people who I'm cool with, and I speak to them on the phone outside of YouTube and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't want, to me, it felt kind of like a phony, you know, like, you know, like if you just see somebody who comes to a party like with a girlfriend or something like that, and everybody's like, oh yeah, she's beautiful or whatever, and she could be real ugly and stuff like that, and, you know, it just doesn't feel real. And right. And I don't like that, you know, because I didn't come on YouTube to be a liar and be like false advertising and have people thinking a certain way about me. To me personally, I think I always try to be straight up with people, and you might like me or not like me because of it, but I feel like you could at least look at me and be like, yeah, I have more or less an idea of who NASA is, even outside of YouTube, you know what I mean? And to me, I don't like, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way as like kind of being a little phony and fake. So I really didn't want to be a part of that, you know. So I just opted not to deal with it, and not to be involved with that. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it just feels, you know, I mean, no matter what the reason of it, but just the phoniness part of it was what I didn't like about it.
So I'm the non-Machinima guy here. So I'll elaborate on how I think that this program works, and you guys can either opt to not say anything or correct me if I'm wrong, but people who opt into the program are giving Machinima Respawn access to their YouTube account in order to automatically go like and favorite videos on their behalf. Is that accurate? So that you know, if Machinima wants to promote a video, then it shows up in the activity feed of a bunch of channels, and also obviously it's going to increase the likes and faves on that video.
Yeah, more or less something like that. Yeah. But what's not? But the thing is, it's like some people were saying, we're trying to compare it like to people, I guess, using like bots and favorite bots and stuff like that.
It's different.
But the thing is that you could differentiate is that you had to come to an agreement, like, yes, I want to do that. So at the same time,
you had to opt in. The person had to opt in.
It's not like it's just you're just getting, you know, illegitimate favorites and likes and stuff like that. Because if, let's say, you say like, oh, hey, can you loan me, or can you give me $50 once a week? You know what I mean? And I say yes, and I just say like, here, just take it out of my account on your own. You know, it's not like you're having a money bot give you money. You know, I already said okay, and you're just, you know, taking it without me having to go through the process of me going to the bank, taking out the money, going to you, giving it to you. You know, so
but
it's kind of like, you know, you agreed to it. So I'm sorry.
But if you agree to it, do you have to take any action?
No,
in order to go like and favorite? It does it automatically.
Yes.
So
it's
kind of like a legit.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's like basically saying from this point on, I'm gonna like and favorite whatever videos that, you know, need to be liked or favorited.
Yeah.
And
it really
but you're agreeing to it, so it's not like it's just like they're just having all these fake accounts. You know, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, it's like giving you my word. So even like with your friends, like people who are real cool with me, I'll go and like and favorite all their videos, and sometimes I don't even watch it. You know, is that illegitimate because I didn't watch the video or I didn't approve of it, but I'm showing support? You know, exactly. So it's almost the same thing, you know, so it saves me the trouble of actually having to go and do all that. I mean, if I could make my account like and favorite all my boys' accounts and videos, I'd do that. You know, it'd be a lot easier for me. But, you know, it's basically just showing your support, but making it a lot easier on yourself, you know?
It's putting trust into the people in the office at Machinima.
Yeah, I mean, well, just so you can know, also, it wasn't for like every video that pops up.
Right.
It was like we want to promote great videos and you know, that excel in quality and stuff like that. It was never like, oh, hey, here, every video that sucks, we're just gonna have you guys like them. It was always like, if you guys do the top-notch videos, the best videos of the week, those videos would try to be the ones to be promoted. So it's not like nobody was getting taken advantage of just promoting garbage. You know, it was meant to have the top of the top get the extra attention, you know. And to me, that's not a problem. That's fine. So, you know, that part was okay with me. It's just me personally, I just didn't want to be involved with stuff like that.
Yeah. YouTube, in terms of liking and favoriting stuff, you take it very personal, and like, because you know a lot of people look at what you do and they look up to you. So it's like, if you like something, you want them to know, well, you know what, that's something you really like. Yeah, that's totally understandable. But then again, I'm not on YouTube as much as I wish I could be. So it's like, for me, on the other side of it, where I'm not saying it's totally fake, it's more so, again, like you even, you know, said you understood, where it's more like supporting your boys. Because like if I consider myself part of the Machinima family, and just like, you know, it was promoted, you know, that's sort of what it is, you know, trusting and helping support great videos that are out there, but that you might not even be able to have, you know, have the time to go watch. But there's so many good people out there, and YouTube is just so oversaturated as it is, that it's like, well, you want the best videos to be getting promoted. So to me, that's why I opted in, because you want that to happen. You want the great videos to, and the work put into them, to be totally known and seen. And that's what Don't Revive Me Bro is all about. So that's my opinion.
I can go either way on it, right? Like, it's you know, in a certain way, like whether people are in it as a career or for the money, you know, depending on the size of your channel. If you're partnered with Machinima, then you're sort of a contractor, and Machinima is your employer, right? So if you are willing to support your employer and fellow employees, and you know, I don't see an issue with it, and I also totally can agree with NASA's point that, you know, if you want people to you know, to trust you, you want to you know, you want to be in control of what you're liking and favoriting, right? So I totally see both sides of it, and yeah, that's cool. But it's just been one of those topics, and bots and video bumping and all kinds of other bullshit. So I wanted to just kind of talk briefly about what it is, and it's meant to promote perhaps underappreciated videos in the network, and just kind of clear it up because people have been asking. As much as it's not necessarily a Battlefield community thing, it's a YouTube community thing, right? And people are talking about bots, they're talking about favorites, they're talking about bot favorite bots and all this other shit, right? So just to kind of clear the air, that the whole Machinima Respawn thing, it's there, but it's not quite what people think, and it's a promotional tool that Machinima can use using legitimate accounts through people who have opted in.
Opting in.
Yep. So, anyway, that's I probably don't need to beat a dead horse on that. So,
I mean, there's good points and bad points, but again, it comes down to opinion, and there's just pros and cons, just with like anything else. In the YouTube and video community, there's a lot of drama too that goes along with it, but drama's created by people that don't want to understand both sides as much as they can.
Yeah.
Because everybody.
I mean, it's no different than if the people who got a lot of big channels and tell their subs like, oh, well, just like and favorite this video, and they just blindly like and favorite all these videos, even if a video about somebody like cleaning a car or something and it gets 10 million favorites. That's not really nobody really. Well, not nobody, but I'm sure 10 million people that wasn't honestly their favorite video they watched. So, that's actually probably more illegitimate than opting in and having your stuff favorite to me, because, you have all these little kids just doing stuff just because you're saying do this and they're just doing it, So you could say that's illegitimate favorites. That's why I think people even have a problem with people who ask for likes and favorites, because if you're telling somebody, like, I compare this to like...
it really helps them out. It really helps them out.
We're just talking about that.
I always compared it to, like, if you help an old lady and you open the door or something for her, and then you tell her, like, say thank you to me, it's not like, yeah, she probably supposed to, or just by you helping her, she should have said thank you, but the fact that you're saying, like, tell me thank you, or like the video or favorite it just takes away, like, the legitimacy of it. Like, that's why you'll see these videos that just have so many likes and favorites and stuff, and you're like, why is this video here even though it's not even a good video? So to me, that's probably more illegitimate. I mean, the bots also, I guess, feed into that too, because they're liking and favoriting, but just by subscribers doing it too, to me, rubs me the wrong way, because you're not really supporting these people. I mean, you're supporting the people who you like, but you're doing it in a way that's not true, to how you really feel. It's just like, oh, hey, like it and favorite it just because I'm telling you to do it. And they're like, hey, okay, like, favorite, and to me, that's not what it was put in the YouTube thing for. It wasn't there for people to just ask for it, for you to do it. It was for people to really be like, oh, damn, I really like this video. Let me favorite it.
A natural reaction to the video.
Yeah, I mean, my anytime I've asked for something, it's been in relation to the content in the video. So if you're going to rate the video, then rate it honestly based on how you felt about it. Because I take my thumbs up and thumbs down as feedback, right? So if if I ask people to like a video and it gets 1,000 likes, well, that I would rather you take the time to rate the video according to how you felt about it, because that'll help me shape future content. And as far as asking for favorites, I mean, most of the time I don't really make videos that I think are worthy of a favorite. If I put in one of the high effort videos that, like a music video or something like that, if people want to come back to that later or share it or whatever, then, a favorite would be appreciated. But just on a standard commentary, asking you to favorite that's stupid. Like, that is... That's among the stupidest things I've ever heard. So,
yeah, I would never ask somebody to the favorite stuff. To me, I've never understood. Like, it's different if you be like, hey, like the video, because sometimes I even like videos and I just forget to hit the button. But I would never, like, I don't favorite any videos,
Yeah, but some people, though, are asking, like, if I can get 10,000 likes or however many favorites, then I'll do something else. Like, that would like me be putting out a commentary, standard boring video, and if I can get 10,000 likes, I'm gonna post a video of my wife's boobs.
Wait, what?
I asked her, but she
I just heard
no,
boobs.
so.
What? Yeah, I was kind of tuning out. I just heard boobs and I'm back. All right, stream's getting antsy.
All right, let's go to Battlefield 3.
So interesting.
Yeah. So NASA, have you seen the new Battlefield 3 trailer?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It looks great. I mean,
really does.
that's the kind of games I like. Just seeing like that scene where the guy took the little the four-wheeler and jumped a little hill, and then you seen all the vehicles coming in. That's the kind of video games I want to play and that I enjoy playing. I like those large warfare games where you feel like you're in an actual battle and it takes 15-20 minutes to get a game over with. Because I was reading this article actually and I think it's PC Gaming Magazine I got, and it was actually the guy who was working on Homefront. He wrote a little article or was responding to something, and he was saying that a lot of the games nowadays you play them and like the games get over quick. Like you'll play like 6-7 games and you just don't even feel like you're playing it. And he compared it to if you have like a long ride home and you get so immune to it that like even if it's like an hour ride, like you don't even feel the hour, you just drive home, and when you get home, you're home. And he said a lot of games give that feeling now. Like you'll be playing them a lot. Like you'll be like, yeah, I just put 3 hours into this game, but it was nothing memorable from those 3 hours. You just played 3 hours worth of video games, but got nothing in return. Whereas playing a game like Battlefield, to me, I feel like you get a lot of memorable moments, and you get a lot more from those sessions than playing other games because, games like that where it's just, to me, it's just a lot more intense. And like at the end of a match, it's like, woof, the game's over. It's not just like, all right, we won another game. All right, let's pick the next map, Yeah. So I think just seeing that whole scene with all the vehicles and everything and the graphics and everything, just that it's just so much stuff in it. I can't wait for the game, honestly. And then the 64 players especially, I mean, there's no matter what you're doing in any game, you cannot deny that, 64 player online, not many games are even coming close to that.
Yeah, and 64 players of, like you're talking, come over that hill with 9 other vehicles, plus choppers, plus jets. Like there could be 3 different major skirmishes going on, infantry, ground vehicles, and air vehicles in the same game multiple times. Like it's just...
Well, that's like with MAG back, that was the whole idea. You have a million different battles going on at once, and I think this is going to be a great meeting. I think Battlefield 3 is going to be the center of all the great experiences people have, because when you're in a fight, you're in a centralized fight, there's like, a thing going on down this hallway, and you're fighting and stuff. But like on the other side of the map, something else is going on. You can play it the way you want. All the classes are totally getting rebalanced so everybody can have a fair fight with each other. And I don't know, it's just pretty awesome.